Hey guys, so continuing on with our theme of back to school, back to work, some of the things that we typically deal with are those negative Nancy's that are around in our lives. And they just have to have all this bad juju, and they just decide to direct their negative thoughts, their negative words, all that bad juju towards you. Oh wow, yeah, so that outfit looks kind of cute, but it's kind of like tubby in the middle. Really, girl, you got this done wrong again. Like, can you do nothing right? Sometimes when we're constantly fed all of that negative energy, all those negative words, we tend to take all that on, and sometimes we end up believing it. And so what I want to share with you guys this week, our topic for Wisdom Wednesday, is to encourage yourself. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. The first verse we're going to look at is 1 Samuel 30, verse 6. It says, David was greatly distressed because the men were talking of stoning him. Each one was bitter in spirit because of his sons and daughters. But David found strength in the Lord his God. And so David's dealing with the same thing we deal with every single day. Going to work, going to school, dealing with people that are bitter, that are unhappy, that are just negative, talking about you, being petty towards you. But it's in God where he finds his strength. And in that strength, you're able to take on yet another day. All right, so the next verse is Ephesians 6, verse 13. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground, and after you have done everything, to stand. If you read further on in chapter 6, following this particular verse, it's talking about different parts of the armor of God. It talks about a belt of truth. It talks about a breastplate of righteousness. It talks about your feet and how they should be fitted with readiness. It talks about a helmet of salvation. It also talks about a shield of faith. And so if you were to put this in layman's terms, when you're having to go out and interact with people, you're basically going out each and every day, having to battle different people. So how are you arming yourself? In reference to our topic today, if we're talking about a belt of truth, obviously we're talking about the truth of God and arming ourselves with that. But if we're talking about encouraging ourselves and just having to interact and deal with other people, what's your truth? What do you know that's true about yourself so that you can continue to encourage yourself and remain confident in yourself? Or, for example, it's talking about a shield of faith. So obviously it's our faith in God. But do you have faith in yourself? Do you have that shield up so that when people come at you with negative comments, you're able to shield that with knowing who you are? Okay, so last verse. Proverbs 18, verse 21. And this one we're going to read from the Message. It says, words kill, words give life. They're either poison or fruit. You choose. And so it goes back to this verse, how it's basically saying that death and life is in the power of the tongue. So what are you saying to yourself? We already have to deal with the negative things that people say to us. But what are you telling yourself to encourage yourself? What words are you choosing? Obviously, we have tons of different verses that we can always go to in the Bible to help encourage us. But sometimes we also need something else to affirm us. You hear people a lot lately saying how they affirm themselves, that they have affirmations. So is that something that you've worked on? And if not, what would you tell yourself to encourage yourself? I got this. You know it. I am happy. I am fulfilled. Oh yeah, I handled that situation like a boss. I am beautiful. I am wonderful. I am a people magnet. Everyone flocks towards me. I am a bad mama jamma. So in light of this topic, you guys, of encouraging ourselves, I want us to try a different type of activity. So if you can, go ahead and grab pen and paper and we'll go ahead and get started. Now, ideally, we don't want to focus on the negative, but I want you guys to do this for just a second. I want you to take, let's say, 10, 15 seconds and write down some of the negative things that people have told you. Okay, so now that you've written that particular list, what I want you guys to do is look at all the different negative things that have been told to you, and I want you guys to write down a positive of that. So if someone just told you that you're ugly, I want you to write down that you're beautiful. If someone's told you that you're not reliable, then write down that you are. So now that you've done that, what I want you guys to do is X out all the negative things that people have told you. And I want you to focus on all the positive things that you've written down. And put them into sentences. Figure out a way to make it into an affirmation. So like I gave you an example before earlier, if someone's told you that you're ugly and you write down beautiful as your positive, then I want you to write down, I am beautiful. And my challenge to you this week is to take all those different positive things that you've written down and say them to yourself every single morning to be able to affirm yourself and to encourage yourself. All right, you guys, so that is it for this week's Wisdom Wednesday. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if you find that this is going to be helpful for someone else, definitely share this video. If you're new here, I would love it if you would subscribe. And of course, you guys, I cannot wait for you guys to see the next video. So until then, bye. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, you guys. I had lipstick on the bottom of my face while I was filming. I looked crazy. Oh my gosh. Wait a second. No, I didn't look crazy. I looked fly. I looked fly while I was filming that video. You know I did. You know I did. See, there I go. I'm encouraging myself. Take notes.